Covenant and contract are not the same.
I'll make my own decisions. What a stupid thing to say. Lord, I need you every day. Hook, line, and sinker. Line and sinker, the sun and the moon.
Let's talk about the differences between a covenant and a contract. We'll look at what the Bible says and what the world says. From Oxford Languages, a covenant is an agreement, a contract drawn up by deed, a clause in a contract. Merriam-Webster says this: a usually formal, solemn, and binding agreement, a compact. A written agreement of promise, usually under seal between two or more parties, especially for the performance of some action. The common law action to recover damages for breach of such a contract. Oxford Languages says this about contract: a written or spoken agreement, especially one concerning employment, sales, or tenancy, that is intended to be enforceable by law. Enter into a formal and legally binding agreement. Merriam-Webster says this: a binding agreement between two or more persons or parties, the act of marriage or an agreement to marry. And dictionary.com says this: an agreement between two or more parties for the doing or not doing of something specified, an agreement enforceable by law. And Strong's Concordance says this about the word covenant: bereath. A covenant, Strong's Exhaustive Concordance says the word is from bara, in the same sense of cutting, like bara. A compact, made by passing between pieces of flesh. Yeah, they actually cut something up and walked in them. They put the flesh on each side and walked through the center of it as a contract. Talk about a blood oath. Brown Driver Briggs says this about covenant: pact, compact, treaty, alliance, league, constitution, ordinance, between monarch and subjects, agreement, pledge, alliance of marriage, as a divine constitution or ordinance with signs or pledges. A contract is legally binding, while a covenant is a promise or a pledge. Contract breach comes with legal penalty, often monetary penalties, while covenant breach is a betrayal of trust and has moral penalties. Contracts can be absolved with penalties, while covenants remain a spiritual agreement. A covenant requires the choice to fulfill it, despite the other party holding up their end of the bargain. While a contract can be ended or annulled if one party fails to hold up their end of the bargain. Jesus put it this way: again, you have heard it was said to our ancestors, you must not break your oath, but you must keep your oaths to the Lord. But I tell you, don't take an oath at all, either by heaven, because it is God's throne, or by earth, because it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, because it is the city of the great king. Do not swear by your head, because you cannot make a single hair white or black. But let your yes mean yes, and your no mean no. Anything more than this is from the evil one. Strong's Concordance has a few words. Shebuah, which is an oath, or ironically a curse. Strong's Concordance also uses horkos. And And the other word used is nuo, which is to swear or take an oath. Strong's Exhaustive Concordance says this of oath: a fence, perhaps akin to horion, a limit, i.e., sacred restraint, especially an oath. Covenant is relational and driven by integrity, while contract is just a legal way to hold someone to their word, with a backup plan built in because of human failings. These words are completely different. Are you making sure that you say what you mean and mean what you say? Or are you wasting words? Do you think God is going to hold us responsible for the things that we say? I think He will. Let's be people of integrity. Let's not be like the world. Let's be in the world, but not of it. I wanted to also make sure you know about the Bible studies that we're doing here at Metamorphic Grace Worship Art Studio this year. Come here every day to hear the recording of a year of wisdom. This year of wisdom is a slow walk through the books of Job, Ecclesiastes, and Proverbs. We're going to actually sit on these books for 12 months. Yeah, I said 12 months. We are going to read each one of these books in a different translation each month. You can actually download the reading plan, and another reading plan I wrote out is reading through the Bible, mostly in chronological order. I hope to see you there, and the comments will be open on the Year of Wisdom readings, so we can discuss and talk about what your thoughts are on the day's reading. Blessings. And thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button right there and click the bell, and I will see you next time. Blessings.